Joining me now is Quintez Brown, president of the Black Student Union at DuPont Manual.
And it's very hard to feel safe now because it's like a war zone. We have these drills where we're like trying to fight the shooter now. We're running and screaming, and it's hard to feel safe now. I feel like I'm in a war zone.
It's a difficult thing to do in a state like Kentucky, where both of our United States senators are very conservative Republicans, very much for the NRA. It's not easy to do.
But we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Welcome back, I'm Dronetek, and today I have yet another left-wing terror attack that's not gonna get any meaningful coverage from our corrupt press. As we continue to be gaslit about peaceful protesters in Canada and told that they're insurrectionist terrorists. And not just any left-wing terror attack, but in this case, the attacker is a Democrat/Democrat media favorite named Quintez Brown, who decided it was time to use guns against those Republicans that he was told to hate so much, and who actually took shots at a Republican mayoral candidate named Craig Greenberg. This was his appearance on Joy Reid's propaganda broadcast just a couple years ago.
What do you want to say to these very powerful politicians from your home state? You're from the home state of the Senate Majority Leader. What do you want him to know?
Well, I want you to know that, we are here and we want common sense gun reform. And if you're not going to give us that, then we're going to get everyone out here to vote, and we're going to vote you out of office. So if you want to keep your job, then give us not what we want, but what we need, what humans need. We need common sense gun reform. Get rid of assault rifles. Come on,
Does it get any more typical than this? As always with leftists, the threat that they're scared of is them. We're gonna get right back into this, but first, just give me 30 seconds to tell you about this free coin offer for my viewers. Man, this year is whizzing by already, isn't it? You're a year closer to retirement, but are your savings a year closer? If you're not and you're worried you won't make it, get in touch with Noble Gold about putting precious metals in your IRA or 401k. You won't get hassled, they'll just lay out your options. And this month, they're gifting a free 1/10 ounce solid gold American Eagle coin with any qualifying plan you start. So call 877-646-5347 or visit noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. Or you can use the link in the description or pinned comment. Make sure you tell them Dronetek sent you. How many times have I said on this channel that Joy Reid and her clones were going to incite something like this? And it's not even like this is the first time. We had the GOP baseball game shooter who was a Bernie supporter and campaign volunteer who loved MSNBC. Oh, and this is what Joy Reid tweeted out while Steve Scalise, one of the Republicans who was shot, was still fighting for his life. Hell, wasn't it just a few weeks ago that Tiffany Cross, another MSNBC ghoul, told people to go out and pick up a weapon?
It is a war. It is indeed a war. And I have to say, they have won some battles, Jasmine, but we have to keep our eye on the war, and everybody needs to pick up a weapon and get involved.
And this is exactly why you will not see much of anything about this in the Democrat media, because they incited it. So this guy wasn't just an anti-gun activist who loves David Hogg.
Yeah, it's interesting because David Hogg, one of the students from Parkland, made the point.
But he's also a BLM activist, a self-labeled black nationalist who was honored by the Barack Obama Foundation, and a journalist at a local Kentucky paper called the Carrier Journal. So obviously before I did this video, I went out and searched for news on this story, and while I could find a CNN article, of course it pulls punches, doesn't mention any of the facts that I just gave you, and of course, as always, has no idea what the possible motivation could be. It doesn't stop there. This guy is the exact kind of person that Joy Reid, Tiffany Cross, and Ibrahim X. Kendi are trying to incite to violence. He's a communist, he's a black nationalist, and he has praise for critical race theorists like Ibrahim Franz Fanon. And you can see that his social media history is filled with this stuff. But we have no idea what his motivations are. ACLU is also a fan of this guy, often retweeting his leftist articles from the Carrier Journal. So you can see this guy's got a lot of ties to the Democrats and the Democrat media alike. So we're likely not to see much about any of this in the media, but if we do, it's likely gonna take this narrative, which is already starting to trickle out. This post was from a Biden campaign operative. Insane. Lunatic attempts to assassinate Louisville mayoral candidate. This is what conspiratorial right-wing rhetoric and guns everywhere get us. I'm afraid this is going to get much worse. Of course, it's the right-wing rhetoric's fault. And as we all know, they think things like freedom are right-wing rhetoric. I mean, does this guy not even know that the shooter was a big anti-gun Democrat nut? So basically, the gaslighting continues. Another left-wing terrorist attack that'll get largely ignored, and the reporting that you will see on it will be sanitized to remove any sort of mention or connection of him to the Democrats or the Democrat media. And in fact, we're gonna see them try to connect him to white supremacy and right-wing rhetoric. All right, that's about all my sanity can take for right now. If you all enjoyed it, please hit that like button and then leave me a comment to let us all know what you think. Oh, and by the way, I got a lot of the information about this story from independent journalist Andy Knows Twitter page, so make sure to head on over there, give him a follow, and check out all of his amazing reporting.